If you do it, I'ma do it. If you do it, I'ma do it. Go hop out the car, do it.
Damn, that's evil, twin.
That mean we evil then. Evil twin, evil twin. If you do it, I'ma do it. If you do it, I'ma do it. Go hop out the car, do it.
Damn, that's evil, twin.
That mean we evil then. Evil twin, evil twin.
Got technical difficulty. Man, look, it's your boy Noob Dre Bot. You know what I mean? We here. It's Monday. It's a new weekend. A new week, bruh. Look, I just low key woke up from a quick little nap. I be getting up early in the morning, so when I be having a little time to pass, I definitely take a nap. Naps are good, really good, especially at this age in the game. You know what I mean? Give you a little recharge. Anyway, you see the name. I'm Noob Bot, man. So look, I want to talk about Mortal Kombat. So if you're a person who has not seen Mortal Kombat yet, you probably should turn away now, because we are going to discuss some of that. It's not working, dog. You're not working. I don't know what's going on. Sound is terrible. Get it together. Yo. We having technical difficulties. There you go.
You can hear me?
Yeah, man. What happened? What's wrong with your joint today? Your joint ain't joining?
Oh no, man. That's why realistically, that's why we supposed to hop on every time to troubleshoot. I always be saying that, like, let's hop on, let's troubleshoot. So, you know, just technology. Shit, anything you go wrong with it, you always gotta make sure your tools is working every podcast. And I never do nothing different, right? Like I leave it the exact same way, all the settings and everything, and just it happened today. What was it doing? Like staticking or what?
Yeah, a lot of static, over staticking, going crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's the same setup
Yeah,
and everything. It's good now though. You can hear me clear? I'm good. Huh?
You good? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Before you jumped off, I would say I was actually asleep. I took a nap, midday nap, man.
What's up to you? Like right before.
Because this morning I woke up feeling like money.
Yeah,
I jumped up.
Why you don't never go, like, because you got to go pick up one year? Why you don't never just go to her job and then do the podcast there? You already be there.
No, she at the crib, so I ain't got to pick up. I just came in the car.
Okay, because your phone messing up.
Oh, word. All right, but let me see.
Man, fuck it. It is what it is. But no, so you know what I'm saying? Before we even get into the whole Mortal Kombat topics and everything, I'm just trying to man. Right. I figured today would be just a podcast where we just kind of just like talk candidly. Like I always say, I feel like the best conversations we have are usually the ones when we're on the phone, just kind of kicking the shit, so to speak, and we are talking freely about stuff. And sometimes topics get boring out of those conversations where we'll just be talking to each other and be like, you know what? Let's talk about that on the podcast. Let's really get into that. Let's deep dive into that type of stuff. So
get into that,
you know, because a lot of people haven't seen the Mortal Kombat. I don't really want to spoil it for them. And I did say I wanted to have another watch through before I really critiqued it and went crazy on it. But so today is Monday, my guy. So how you feeling today on this Monday?
This morning I woke up feeling like money. I jumped up. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, look, it's Monday, man. Money Mondays, motivation Mondays, however you want to call it. You feel me? That's a start to a brand new week. You know what I mean? You got to get your hustle and your bustle. You know what I'm saying? Work out the muscle. Went to the gym. You know, I dropped those gyms and gems.
Yo,
Speaking of,
what's that?
you
What's
know,
that about? What's that about?
oh, so I go to the gym and what I try to do is I try to tie in some real life lessons in with the psychological applications and things like that that I learned and that I utilize. So today was all about relationships and value-based relationships. So, you know, we've been talking about reciprocity in terms of relationships and how most relationships today are very transactional,
And
meaning
we talk about relationships. We're not talking about just men and you're not talking about us having conversations about men and women relationships. You're just talking about relationships in general. That
no
could be
relationships, period. Yeah, no, oh yeah, that doesn't matter.
what
Friends,
all that entails,
family
though.
members. What do you mean?
Yeah, actually, what does it entail when you say relationships, though?
Yeah, yeah. I said friends, family members, man. It could be a significant other. Probably not so much in this case, realistically, because hopefully you don't have a partner that you got to have a transactional relationship with, where you have to do something for them in order to get something in return. Because if you do, then that fucking sucks. But for the most part,
But
though, there are other.
in aren't all relationships transactional, so to speak? Like, aren't all relationships transactional though, or they have
No,
a
they
hint of
shouldn't be.
transactions in there?
No, they shouldn't be. Not because again, with transactional mean you're doing something with the expectation that you will get something in return. It's like jobs are transactional. I do work because I know that I'll get paid for that. So if you're in a relationship with somebody and it's transactional where you're doing something because you know that you will be getting something in return, and that's not a really healthy relationship to be in.
Yeah,
You
that's what
know,
I
so
say. Say like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like all relationships are like that though, right? It's like not in a sense where I guess you're speaking as if a transactional relationship is a relationship that I myself come into as a man, and I'm looking at it like, all right, well, I'm gonna provide this for this woman as long as she provide this for me. Is you saying that's a transactional relationship? Because I think a lot of people come into relationships like that, like men, women, or whatever. You know, like it's not about like, well, I'm going into a relationship because XYZ per se could benefit me, but I'm going into the relationship to see, you know, like again, I don't know. I do something for you, you do something for me. I feel like that's like normal. And I think the
so
only time when it's not normal per se is when you have like the biggest issues, when it doesn't become like a normal thing.
but the problem is, so if you are in a transactional relationship and you're expecting something because you did something for someone in the relationship, then and you don't get that, like that is going to damage the relationship. So if you coming in to any relationship thinking transactionally, you are in fact looking for somebody to be a giver of things to you, and that's not how a healthy relationship should function at all.
You know what's crazy? I think most people like what's a healthy relationship though? Like, right? Like if you even just look at the canvas and the
Good question.
landscape of everything that we talk about as being millennials, what is a healthy relationship, right? Like, so is it this idea that's why I said, isn't all relationships in a sense transactional? Like, for example, it's only so much you're not gonna be putting into that relationship before someone on the opposite end say, well, you know what, you ain't do this, I ain't doing this. So it might not start out transactional, but isn't all relationships at some point transactional where it do become, you did this for me, I'm gonna do this for you. Now I get what you're saying, because it makes it better if a person is just doing it because they want to do it. Like, all right, out of the kindness of my heart, I appreciate stuff that you do or whatever. No, not even, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know, because it's only so much of the person. Like, I'm a good person, so I'm just doing this because this is who I am. Like, eventually, a good person just stop being a good person.
No, they don't. No, they don't. That's part of what I spoke on is in my live today, my gems and gems. Speaking of, subscribe to me on YouTube. My name is All Dre Man Rudis. Also, check out my blogs that I write as well, and I speak to some of the ways in which you could enhance your life. Right? I do coaching, executive level coaching, but it could be utilized for lifestyle. But what I say is like no person, you should never change who you are because of a relationship. If you do that, then that is not who you are. The one thing that I hate is when people say I changed because this person made. Nah, fuck that. That's who you are. Like you gotta that is giving ownership to another person over your behavior when it's not that person's behavior, it's your behavior. Like you gotta own your shit. So people, if you say such and such, I changed because such and such made me this way, that's giving the power over to that person to be able to influence who you are. And that doesn't, and to me, that don't fly because you got to show ownership in your shit. And so that's what a problem at for me when I hear that and when people decide that I was too nice to people, so I decided, so I'm going to change. Like, nah, continue to be nice to people. Stop being nice to those people that aren't reciprocating that. Reciprocating me, when people be like, keep that same energy, that means I'm having relationships with people that if I'm supporting them, they supporting me. There's a lot of one-sided transactional ass relationships that's going on today where people are not being supported. Matter of fact, the thing I talked about is having a friend, quote unquote, for 18 years, nigga done slept on our couch. I'm saying me, nigga done slept on my couch, then came to my crib, used my equipment and stuff for free. You know what I mean? I got 5 fucking degrees and I ain't never once got a drink from the man. Man ain't never said, hey man, I want to celebrate your success with you, dog, because out of all of us, nigga, you the only one that went and kept going with this education shit. I think that's wrong. And I've always been helpful to that man. Period. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's transactional. He gets the benefit off of my things with the expectation that it's going to continue to be there for him. And at this point in my life, I'm no longer allowing anybody to eat off my energy. Ain't nobody finna sit there and come around me and fake support. Not necessarily fake support. I don't mean to say that, but nobody's gonna come around me and allow me to continue to pour my energy the way who I am, like very helpful, caring, and things like that, and want to be uplifting people, and they not doing the same for me in return. Like we not doing that no more. So that to me, that is a big issue. So I will never change who I am. I'm gonna continue to help people. Tons of people that aren't helped. I ain't never had to go and talk about it, but they know. They gon' oh yeah, I remember you did this. Woo woo, that was what's up. And I can't say the same about them. It is what it is though.
So I always say, like, in those instances, I always ask the question, like, man, who motivates the motivator when you're talking about things like that? Like, because that is a way to be able to keep, the energy going with the reciprocity and everything. Yeah, man, like I said, today, Monday, I definitely wanted to just hop in here, like I said, kick the shit a little bit and just wrap off the top different things. I'll hear something in the background. I don't know if you got something planned or something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Man, not even interested in the podcast.
Come on, boy, your ass. I was just finna say, man, you got all this lazy ass energy, boy. What the hell wrong with you? What's up, man?
What you mean?
Your energy is lazy.
Yeah, it's a Monday. You just woke up.
Oh my God, Monday. Okay, shit, I'm up. Monday. What you mean it's a Monday? Well, okay, what you mean it's a Monday, man? What you mean?
The man, like I'm supposed to be jumping off the wall or something. I don't know how I'm supposed to act. We hop in.
Oh, I see the pen in your hand. You have, man.
No, I ain't.
You have. Come on, the man.
I need to.
No wonder. Nah, man. Well, I'm saying that. Well, we were supposed to. Fuck it, man. Let's do this then. Let's do a segment of double talk.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk no whole hour on no Mortal Kombat.
Right, but see what I
So
was
that's why I was
gonna
like,
do
that didn't make sense to me.
what I was gonna do was I was gonna say we do our double talk segment where we just ask some questions pertaining to the realm though. It could have been, you don't know, like give me your top 3 video games. You know what I'm saying? Give me your top 3 video game develop like we play video games too and shit. Well, not so much. I don't play them that heavy no more, but I'm just saying we could have did that. And then we could have went into that, and then we could have ended off, you know what I'm saying, something like we could have definitely, you know what I'm saying?
We still
So
got another 45 minutes. You talking about could have shit. Go ahead, lead it off.
no, because you already said we're not talking about it. You clearly just said you don't want
I
to
didn't
talk
say
about Mortal Kombat because people might have walked. You did, boy. You opened up and said you don't want to talk about the Mortal Kombat because people may not watch that. You want to give it a second watch.
I didn't want to do the. I if you rewind it back,
Nigga,
I
man,
was
come
talking
on,
about.
man.
But for the
Dog, look, man.
if I said that, then I was literally talking about for the whole hour. So that's what I was referring to. We could talk about Mortal Kombat. I just didn't want to do it for the whole hour. So that's why I'm like it's only so much I'm gonna talk about it. I only seen it once. Like there's nothing I can really go off other than what we already discussed about it. Everybody discussed it. But then you still gotta have people in there participating in it as well. I mean, we got. And it's not like today, shit, a Monday. It's nice out. I doubt we're gonna get people on here that's gonna be really viewing it like that. People probably be hopping in and out. That's why I ain't want to like for what if we not. You gotta have people going back and forth with that conversation.
Not really, shit. It's our podcast. We can talk about what the fuck we want, shit. And they ask us tune in, shit. That's what a podcast for, shit. But going back though, what about we might as well just stick with the topic with the transactional relationships and shit. Because I mean this was a big thing anyway. This is what we was talking about this weekend. So shit, we here. You know what I mean? Like, what about so the relationships that you've had have not always. All right, matter of fact, I'm gonna give you a definition. A transactional relationship is a relationship where both or all parties are in it for themselves and where partners do things for each other with the expectation of reciprocation. Almost all relationships start here. People tend to date a person because of what they get out of it.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm coming from. Like, I would expect that most people are in transactional relationships. Like, it's like, what can I like when you look at somebody, you as a man, you having that man, shorty decent. She got the guac 3000 on whatever the case may be. So you kind of walking into it like, I'm looking to get this out of here. A man who looking at a woman to bear his seed. I'm a good woman over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I thought all relationships in that sense was transactional.
Yeah, it could be, but here goes like the downside, right? So we talk about like maybe transactional friendships, right? So it says transactional friendships occur because someone wants to use another person to get ahead. People use friendships for clout, money, and fame. So in my example of the home, well, and not my homie, and not my homie,
Buddy, yeah,
of yeah, and
buddy,
man,
yeah.
the situation with the guy, you know, like you know what I mean, like. Damn, I wish, man, I would love to bring this man on the line too. I ain't gonna even lie to you, cause I need to know some things about some things.
What? You're not?
Cause I need to know some things about some things, man.
Hey, mom, how are you?
What's up, mom?
Yeah, mama tuned in to the podcast. That's what's up.
I need to know some things about some things, man.
Yeah, I mean, does it matter though? Like, ultimately, does it matter? Like, if you sit down with somebody and you talk to them and you figure out, oh, okay, you treated me like this for this reason. Does their reason matter? Like, especially with you being decorated and moving forth in the direction you're moving in, like, does it matter? Because some people would never.
Well, you like to hear people. You definitely like to hear people's reasoning, right? I don't believe that you throw people in the trash without at least having told them where you stand with it all. You know what I mean? And try to see where they coming from, because like I say, I don't think you don't leave a person in a better position than you found them. You know, when you're dealing with people, I like in some way, shape, or form, I would hope but then that's my type of energy. My type of energy is that for some way, somehow, like you are a better you when we interact with one another. You know what I mean? Now, granted, I have developed that mindset more over time and as I've gotten older, but I realized that that's something that I'm into. You know what I mean? I'm into developing systems, processes, and people. You know what I'm saying?
So how many people can you been
So
around that can honestly say that I've been around Dre, he made me a better person for being around him?
I mean, that's not for them. That's not for them. But shit, I remember in high school, you had people that was like, oh man, I remember seeing you read newspapers every morning, so that made me want to read a newspaper. I probably wouldn't be doing this
you talking
if
about
I
since you was
wasn't
grown,
if it
though.
wasn't for you doing.
You're talking about grown, man. I think in high school, the reason why I say that, I think in high school, especially when we're young and you don't really have an agenda, you don't really have a place to follow, so to speak. The first thing that you latch on to stuff like, you know what, that looked like the thing to do. So that I'm talking about more speak to, and you're older where you know, okay, I have this type of energy that I can get someone to follow me. So in your older life, not in high school, have people came up to you and, you know, I guess thanked you in the sense, will say you made me a better version of me just being around you.
You know what? So I would say this, and I'm gonna use one example of this guy that came around when I ran for alderman, and he was like, "Man, I was so attracted to your energy because I seen you out there by yourself, and you was like, yeah, I just got X amount of signatures, right? Now, when I ran, I got 1,700 signatures by myself. Buddy was like, yo, that was amazing. That's crazy. After just a few interactions with me, he started working with the NAACP. He found his wife. So he hit me up like, man, bro, I probably would have never found my wife if it wasn't working, if it wasn't doing this with you. I really found something that I'm so interested in because I seen you out running for alderman, and it sparked something up in me. So yeah. Yep. So that's recent. That's 2019. Absolutely.
Now you know what the funny thing, because it's weird because it's always going to be an outsider, right? It'll always be the people that's never close to you that'll be like, well, I've been around you for X amount of time and I took that and I ran with it. But it's not the people. And I was speaking more to the relationships you do have with people, because again, we're talking about transactional relationships and things of that nature. So I was more so speaking to people that's been around you maybe for a couple of years, as opposed to somebody that was around you for a few months.
But I don't have those though, because I've never been a super friendly person. We talked about that on another podcast. Like, I don't hit people up every day. I'm not a really great relationship building type of person.
But you said your thing is to build. But that's a contradictory, because you said your thing is to build systems, people, and what was the other thing?
Systems, processes, and people.
System, processes, and people. How do you build a person without having a relationship with them?
I mean, you can and you cannot, right? Because if I interact with a person, that does not mean I have to interact with them every day for us to be friends. Number one, I feel that if you know who I am and you know how driven I am about my goals and things like that, you're going to recognize I'm going to be unavailable. So as a friend, you got to recognize me as one of those guys. Let's say we playing basketball, right? I liken myself to like having a Kobe type of mindset, in the fact that when I'm locked in and I say I'm going after something, I'm going to go after it. Like you, again, I was running for alderman, you ran into somebody that was like, yo, what your brother doing? Oh, he running for alderman. Oh, that nigga gonna get it. When he lock in, bro, people know that about me. So my thing is, like, my friends should be able to be like, if they want to see more of me, they could be like, yo, we trying to get out, woo woo, but they also respect that. So in my Kobe like way, I feel like I got like-minded individuals. Like I got a lot of people, or I would love to have a lot of people around me that's super busy, that's motivated and going after their goals, that's working hard. So we can't talk every day. We hit each other up. We have our 2 hour long conversations about where we are in life, and we building through that process. So while we talking, I'm giving them something to think about. And they like, damn, yeah, I like that. That's decent. Let's, you know what I'm saying? Or they giving me something in return for me to think about that I haven't considered. To me, that's the relationships that I have now. I don't talk to my friends every day. I think that that's okay with them because it's okay with me. Now, if it's not, then we got to have that conversation, and nobody's had that conversation with me yet.
But does it change then? Because since if you're driven, you're on your Kobe shit, does it change? Like, what would have a conversation with you even matter to a person on this Kobe shit? It's like the Black Mamba, you know what I'm saying? I'm on this road and ain't nothing gonna stop me. Which I always said that mentality kind of weird, especially in a commonplace like business, unless you was a producer of some sort. And producer mean in terms of sales, or somebody who was out there and you had to generate income by being a per se lone wolf, then I think that mentality goes over well. However, in business, especially when you have to go out, build relationships with people, be able to have a group of people that believes in your dream, that will allow you to sit on their shoulders so they can push you up. It's kind of difficult to have that, Mamba mentality when you need to realistically have people around you, staying in contact with them constantly, so they would feel, if nothing else, that you are being, a friend to them. Like, how do you even decide how often you should be hitting people up? Because again, we're talking transactional relationships, what if one of the things that a person need is to be hear from you maybe once a week, twice a week, or something like that?
They got to speak their piece then. Again, they have to make it known that that's where they want the relationship to be. Otherwise, they're going to go off of my schedule and how I feel about the relationship. I'm not saying that this isn't a strong relationship because I don't talk to you every day. I'm saying this is a strong relationship because I'm going someplace and you going someplace. When we call each other, it's about building. It's not about wasting time. People that are going places in life understand that if I'm on the phone with you for an hour and a half, 2 hours, that's taking time away for something that I could actually be doing that's continue to build me towards the goal. So I feel like when I have those conversations with people, because most of the people that I talk to, we are going places. These aren't no trash ass relationships and motherfuckers 5 years ago you was in this place and you still out. I don't talk to people like that. You know what I mean? So the relationships are built on the fact that we are growing. You know what I mean? So when you growing and you got shit to do, you're not talking every day. That's just what it is. And people that's friends will recognize that and understand that, and they gonna respect you because they gonna say, no, I know he on this shit. Now, that's not to say I don't call people out the blue, because I definitely do that. What's up? Hey, I ain't talked to you in a while. I just called a couple cats. You know what I'm saying? You can hear over the phone when people be smiling because they ain't heard from you. Hey, man. Hey, I appreciate you checking in on me, dog. What, how you doing? That. Like, I feel good about those conversations because that's just letting people know I'm still checking in on you and I'm still moving forward. How you doing? You still moving forward? Bet. All right, I'm going to call you back in a little bit and we're going to continue to build together. That's how I feel about. And to me, that's the developmental process that relationships need to go through. If you calling on somebody every day, what you calling for? You going to be calling for bullshit. You ain't calling for nothing. I had people that come over my crib damn near every day, call me damn near every day. Where we at? Nowhere. We not doing nothing. Shit, like, no, I'm good. I'm super good. I'm on my Kobe shit. And as it relates to relationship building processes, for me, I go seek relationships that are really based around. So I got my friends. I definitely got my friends, and those individuals that we came up with that consider themselves my friends. And I'm open and available to talk to anybody. I'm cool with that. If you want to develop a better relationship, hit me up. If you don't, it is what it is. But I also make sure in terms of business, like I got high level contacts in my phone now, political and business wise. So I'm actually going out there and making the right connections. That's how I feel about it. Like you have to be strategic in life. We get a good 70 summers. We halfway dead. I ain't got time to be wasting with no half-ass friends and all that. I don't got that time no more. Over with.
So with the contacts and everything you have in your phone, those are people. Are you considering those people friends? Those are the ones that you're talking to, like.
Well, you said business though. I'm talking about business building relationships. No, again, I don't talk to anybody daily. I talk to you. No, I'm not.
We're not talking about daily though. We're just talking about friend. Just
I keep in touch. I keep in touch with people. That's what I do. I keep in touch with people. It's the same way, but I can only keep in touch so much with people. Some people have to hit me up in return too. You know what I mean?
So that's what people do that.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. I respect people's processes. I don't get in the way of what other people doing, because part of the again for me, I don't think about it because I'm trying to continue to move forward. You know what I'm saying? So if I don't hear from somebody in 5 years, my number not gonna change. So if you call me 5 years from now and you want to have a conversation, we can have a conversation. I'm cool with that. And I won't think no less of you because I haven't heard from you in 5 years. Because again, I recognize that I'm trying to build. That's just how I feel about the situation. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about friendship and or even relationships where people contacting you, or how much do you contact people?
Oh, I don't call people at all, bro. I dub. I don't need to talk to nobody. It's been dub.
Oh, why you say that?
I don't. I don't know. I just feel like I don't like you said, man. If you got I guess a purpose, it seems like you talk to people for a purpose or whatever. I mean, I don't know. I got people on my phone, but as far as having conversations, I don't know what to talk about. So I'm not gonna. I mean, I can get on the phone with anybody and I can just kick the shit like we do most of the time with my brothers and them. But most of the time, it's like like I'm good, right? Like my children are older now. If I want to have conversations, I call my kids and talk to them. So I'm gonna say we like her. So when it comes to friends and things like that, yeah, you know what? I'm glad our mama said that. That might be one of the reasons why we probably like that. Like probably seeing that growing up, where even though
Mom Duke's always, I ain't got no friends. I remember we used to stay bringing people to the crib and everything. See, y'all ain't got no damn friends either. I'm your only friend. Like, yeah.
Yes. So part of that is probably is probably why it's like that. You look at it like, but I know again, you go through a lot of stuff with a lot of people where you feel like, I wouldn't do that, and then I had to really look at it. Like a lot of times I had to really evaluate some of the people, quote unquote, that I looked at as friends. And I had to really look at like, man, how did a relationship start? How did, how has things traversed throughout the years? And then you start looking at it, you're like, well, it's not really friendship per se. Like the way we got together was kind of, weird or whatever the case may be. And then we just kind of, got together and started hanging out. Never really was, anything more than that. So after a while, you just look at it and say, what's the value of that? Talking to that person, and I might hit people every now and then just to say hi, check on them, things like that. Shout out to Snub too. Snub was our brother's birthday yesterday. Shout out Snub. So and then
happy birthday, bro.
The people that you're around and the ones that you kind of see the value in, and the ones you like, them the ones I might talk to. Like people from Best Buy. I had made some banana pudding, and one of the guys hit me on a snap and was like, yo, he wanted to try it. So I went up there and I talked to people from up there. I really rock with them heavy. So just to go up there and talk to people, they real, they down to earth. one of the guys I talked to up there. He be having the you feel me? He had a you dig. So black man, I hit him up.
The yada mean.
You know what I'm
He had
saying?
a little yada
You know what I'm
mean.
saying? So, but in terms of just having people I might talk to on a regular or day to day, nah, I don't really have that. A lot of times I really just had, like, if I'm being a buck, if I'm keeping it being, it was just a lot of women friends. You get older and you get older, you don't have as many women friends. One, I'm in a relationship, and two, like I tell you, I don't. At first, I used to call women up and talk to them about my relationship. Then I started realizing, like, oh, all these women fucked up. Like, I can't talk to this woman if she just as fucked up as the woman that I'm with. I might as well just talk to the one that I'm with to try to get some understanding, because ain't no way in hell I'm gonna go talk to somebody else and try to understand the woman that I'm with. It just don't work like that. Like, so I was, a lot of times.
So you saying you had the women friends that were in your life was used as a source of advice or something in terms of your relationship?
Well, yeah, I just think it boils down to the relationship, you have with your mom. And I think a lot of guys, I spoke on that, like, as far as having relationships with these women who provided this motherly love type of thing. For me, it was always like, and again, that's why I say it's transactional, in a sense where, you would get that warmth or that kindness or whatever it is. A lot of guys deal with that and just don't know what to call it or what to preface it as. You're looking for your mother and another woman. I think one of the things that I was listening to over the weekend, the guy said, you can't find your purpose in women. And I think a lot of times when I had conversations with women, I would be seeking my purpose in women. So at that point, I just was like, you get old enough, you're like, oh no, this is what I'm doing. And I think one of the podcasts we're going to talk about stories, and how you could tell yourself a story, relive that story over and over and over, and not really change yourself based upon what you're telling yourself. So I just had to tell myself the story. Like, this is, like, for real, this is what it is, and this is what it's not. Once I did that, then it became a lot easier for me. So I don't really talk to people like that,
I want to build off that purpose concept. So if you were searching for your purpose in women back in the day, where you at now in terms of your purpose?
Oh, I'm lost.
What is it?
I'm lost. I ain't gonna even hold you, like, in terms. That's why you like, man, you low energy. I woke up feeling like, man, today Monday. I got the case of the Mondays. Like I said, I feel like your energy level up because you was like, I just woke up. I was like, huh? I just talked to you like literally 20 minutes before I turned this thing on to talk to you. So you like, oh man, I feel like that the whole day. But again, I usually get up, start my day. I go to the gym. I didn't go to the gym. I just got up. I dropped off banana pudding at the old job.
Well, there you go. There you go.
No, that's not the reason though. That's not the reason. Because every day I don't get up and go to the gym, So, and if I do go to the gym, it's not like I'm like I haven't went hard. Like last year when I was at the gym, I was going banoodles at the gym. I haven't went banoodles yet, right? I personally think it's the consuming sugar and not eating the right food. When I was sticking to a meal dietary plan, I felt super good. In fact, I was reading a booklet on how to control your sugar cravings because I really want to get that under control. I personally, if you're asking me, I think that's one of my biggest issues is like, man, I'm feeling sluggish and tired because I've been consuming so much sugar throughout the course of, like I said, I made the banana pudding yesterday. I made
fat ass potato with steaks and all that other shit.
With steak, chicken,
and when you went to your job,
broccoli.
They said you got to lay off your brother because you getting as big as him. That's what it is. It's the weight.
I'm 212 pounds.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I agree.
That's the weight. That shit make you tired as hell. But see,
Chance, we all go to the gym. We definitely
need to. I went to the gym. Listen, I went to the gym this morning. Immediately after I left the gym, I walked for 4 miles. And because it's still a nice day out here, I plan to walk for at least another 2. You know what I'm saying? When we get off this call, I'm gonna go because I need to go get something notarized because I'm I'm working on getting federal contracts from the government. Well, I'm actually working on state level contracts.
Yeah,
So
he say he 209. That's hey, that weight catch
yeah.
up to you, man. For real, for real.
Oh yeah, you can't be idle in this life. But anyway, I'm gonna walk to the currency exchange, and then and that's gonna be some more exercise for you, man. You know what I mean? But I think a lot of the reason why, like I said, bro, in my sleep, I woke up to Rocco this morning. Like that song was playing in my sleep, so I woke up. I'm like, this morning I woke up.
Yeah, I told you I had a
like
dream, man. I had a bad dream, so I don't know why. I feel like when I eat steak, I just usually have bad dreams and stuff before I eat it. So I had a bad dream, and maybe that's it. You know, however, like I said, I didn't go to the gym. I didn't do none of the stuff. So in terms of you asked about purpose, I don't really know. When I be talking to you, I told you I'm trying to get into the habit of just even getting back to the gym. Like even going to the gym, I usually have a purpose in that. I was just angry, so it allowed me to lose a lot of weight. So I got to figure out how to get to that point where I could get angry again. I'm like, all right, I need to, people only change when they're angry. So, you gotta have a reason why you need to change. Otherwise, you just be okay with being okay. And
people don't change. People don't change when they're angry. People don't change when they're angry.
Well, they get emotional. Your emotions. You get emotional, or you get sick and tired of being sick and tired. I put it like that.
Well, yeah, emotional triggers definitely cause you to have a behavioral response. So right. Your emotional trigger. The one thing that you could try is actually neuro-linguistic programming, in which when you do find that source of anger, it may not be the same, because I know what you're referring to. So you may not get to that same level of anger, but if you do find that motivating factor, you can actually program yourself to continue to keep that same energy, so that once you do feel like going to the gym, it can always be activated through some sort of activating process, which neuro-linguistic programming could be used with touch, something like this, something like pulling your ear, and that's how you can get to an emotional response that could keep you in the moment, so to speak. So that could be something that you might want to consider in the future. But I think too, again, the thing with humans and habit is that if we don't follow the same habit, we get offset. So because you didn't go to the gym, you started the day offset. You should have just went to the gym, even if you was just going bullshit in there. You know what I'm saying? Because at least it would have been, the familiarity would have put you in a different space. Sometimes you got to do things that you don't even want to do. And that's where the habit comes at, because then you like, well, I didn't miss a day. You know what I'm saying? Hey, even the Rock go to the gym and he don't work out as hard as he wish he had worked out. You know what I'm saying? Even the Rock do it.
No, I understand that. I just think, again, it's one of those things too. If you really want to be technical, a person will get up in the morning when they feel like they have something to do, right? A purpose or a plan or whatever it is. You'll get up for Mondays. If I realistically over the weekend say, all right, Monday, this is what the Monday plan looking like, then I will usher myself towards some level of determination. So it just really depends.
Yeah, I think, that's the one thing that I do that I is very useful, is I got like a little task list, and I have an idea of what I want to complete. And so even if I didn't complete it in the day that I wanted to complete it, it still needs to get completed. So it continues to give me something to work to. You know what I mean? So for the most part, yeah, you got to find something to work to. Shit.
Yeah, I know. Said that.
Man, fuck you drinking? Fuck you drinking Kool-Aid?
No, that's Coca-Cola out of bowl, my nigga.
Oh man, the man was just tearing about sugar, man.
I know.
Come on, down.
I gotta live my truth. I ain't doing nothing but living my truth.
No.
The man want me to get up here and lie. He want me to get up here and lie to the people.
No, Joe.
So I mean,
wallow.
the first thing is like recognizing it, right? Recognizing the issue or the problem. Then I think too, it's like the fucking cigarettes, man. I can't even hold you. Like, I'm so tired of just looking at cigarettes. You feel me? And I can understand how the addiction in them things is like, man, bro, I don't even need no cigarette. But it's just the patterns that you've placed in your head.
That's the habit. Yeah, you created a habit.
After I eat,
Created
I
a
need
habit.
to smoke. If I'm going for a walk, I need to smoke. You feel me? So
Created a habit.
Yeah,
So again, smoking is an emotional response to a stimuli, because it is a behavior that that exists because of a certain stimuli. So you got to figure out what that stimuli is, and you got to replace it.
Yeah,
man, you got to read that Charles Duhigg, The Power of Habit.
Yeah, no, I got that book. I definitely read it. That's like, no, I get it. It's even understanding the triggers or whatever. It's like, all right, man. Look, it's 2:00 and I know I feel an urge to smoke a cigarette. It's sit down, get a book, write it down. I got this urge to smoke a cigarette at 2:00. Now, how do I then take this bad habit of smoking a cigarette, replace it with a good habit? Let's say eating an apple. Now, every day I know at 2:00, I get triggered for some reason, whether it's a smell or a sight or whatever it is. I get triggered every day at 2:00. Let me just go eat an apple instead of smoking a cigarette. So you start to do that and you replace. I understand that. Now, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who understand what they read. The problem is putting that thing into action.
Well, I mean, shit, you just do it. That's what it is.
No, I get it, twin. I get it. But most people, like, I get it. You're going to tell me to do it. I get it. Most people get it. They just ain't going to do it. You got.
You know what? I get you. You know what? You know what? Those type of people got a victim complex too.
Okay.
Those type of people blame everything outside of themselves for the reason why they're in a situation that they in. Because ain't no reason why, if you know it, you're not putting it into practice, unless you don't give a damn.
Yeah, you got, or you just don't want to change.
Don't give a damn, or you a victim.
Yeah,
or you don't want to change.
You just don't want to change. You just like,
right.
Shit. See, now see, I got to understand how to get from that level of comfortability, because it's always shit, right? It don't matter whether it's smoking a cigarette. It don't matter if it's waking up on a Monday and feeling low energy. All that matters is how you go about changing it. And most people, like you just said, is do it. Like, if that was the case, like, I feel like a person like you having that energy, you would be this guy that we would look at and say, I want to model his body type, because he got to just do it, right? Because all the successful people, they got to just do it, and they also got the body to go along with it. Not all of them, but most of them. So it's like I hear yo just do it. So the difference between, let's say, you sticking to a meal plan and creating it is no different than me choosing to smoke a cigarette.
I feel
just do it. It's like, just do it then. Like, if a person is just do it guy, it's always like, so why you just don't do it? Because it's easier said than done for all of us. It's easier said than done.
No, it's not. No, I mean, it's for me, part of the reason why is because I'm in a household surrounded by, when you trying to lose weight, first you gotta get rid of victim mentality.
Look, you just spoke about the victim mentality. Is that not what you exuding? Okay, then.
Yeah. So I'm definitely definitely blame external factors in this point, because
victim mentality.
When you, I'm definitely gonna look at external factors, because
I feel you.
When it comes to losing weight, especially you have to, number one, you got to get rid of all the bullshit, and you kind of got to close yourself off, because losing weight is very difficult. Like, that is probably one of the most, the hardest behaviors to change is the way you eat. It is, like, because you eat to satiate yourself, and when you are under copious amounts of stress, you eat to fend off that stress as well. Right. So that's one of the, and so if you are talking about trying to lose weight, one, you got to get rid of all the bullshit in the crib. You can't even see it. Then you have to go and be around a supporting agent that's going to be able to hold you accountable to it. So if you're around people who are not respecting what you're trying to go through, then you're gonna have to be alone. And that makes it even more difficult, but it can be done at the end of the day. So I'm saying is the environment that I'm in currently is not conducive to that. You know what I mean? Now personally, but during the pandemic, I did drop 40 pounds. I went from 260 to 220.
That's good shit.
By walking every day.
That's good shit.
You know what I'm saying? And now, just like any other person, the weight is fluctuating, but I'm making sure that I do everything necessary to get back in there. So I personally don't think that just because my body not how I or you envision it doesn't take away from all of the other shit that I'm saying though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think if I was to tell a person that in order to change a bad habit they have to do these steps, and then they turned around and was like, well, shit, look at you. Look how much you weigh. I'd be like, what the fuck does that got to do with anything? Like, we're not talking about weight, though, my nigga. We're talking about habits to put you in a different position in life. Like that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about.
I think having a nice body will put you in different positions in life, too. I really do.
Well,
you just mentioned things like energy and, just I definitely think it does too. And it's just health. At the end of the day, one of the biggest things you've always told me was like, you smoking cigarettes, but if you get money, you won't be around to have it. I look the same way about health. It's no different.
Right. I agree.
I was reading some shit today that was like, even if you like, it don't matter. You could still be healthy and consume so much sugar that you can still have a heart attack or type 2 diabetes and shit like that. Right. So it's still like that's still a part of it.
No, that's absolutely a part of
it. You like a person who look at you and say and not question the validity of what you're saying, but to look at you and say, well, you know what, DeAndre, because you're not practicing what you preach in the terms of what I like to view, then I could never say, well, what the hell that got to do? That's a part of it. Like, still, people like an image too. If you're a doctor, people want to see their doctor with an image. That way they gonna listen. They gonna, you know what? I fuck with what he talking about because I can see it. The only thing they can see is your personal appearance. Like, they don't know.
Yeah, a medical doctor. Yeah, a medical doctor.
But you get your doctorate, bro. You get your doctorate.
I'm a PhD, a doctor in philosophy. That's not the same as an MD. I'm not a medical doctor.
I mean, I know you're not going to get an MD. I know it's a PhD, but I'm still looking at it like, are you not going to have your thing as Dr. DeAndre Rudis?
Right. It's going to be Dr. DeAndre
Rudis. You're a doctor then.
Until I get tired of it and I put DeAndre Rudis PhD.
All right. Well, I mean, I feel what you're saying. So look, man.
I'm just saying though.
Let's get into this, man. What about this Mortal Kombat though, man? What about the Mortal Kombat, man? How you feel about the Mortal Kombat?
I give it a 4 out of 10. I thought it was good. I really liked how they put in little pieces of the games and visual components. I like the fatalities, the blood, and all of that. But I just didn't like the story. I didn't like how they were building up the story or the characters. So I'm definitely, now that's not to say I didn't like the movie and wouldn't expect the second or the sequels or whatever they're talking about producing, but I definitely turned away from it like, it was, I felt like it was meh. 4 out of 10 and meh.
All right. So you give it a 4 out of 10. I'm going to go ahead and give it, and again, it's our first watch. And I fell asleep on it. I fell asleep on it. So that kind of told me what I needed to know about the story. It just wasn't. So 6 out of 10, that's on first watch though. I think I got to give it a chance because if I'm looking at a different generation of viewership, people who didn't necessarily grow up with the same type of viewership that we had when we started from Mortal Kombat to Mortal Kombat 2 and so on and so forth to where they at MK11 now, you still got a new legion, a new generation. It's like those fatalities and everything is always the highlight of Mortal Kombat, right? Like anytime they show a Mortal Kombat commercial, what is it about? The fatalities. Like they never show you without showing you that. Like so the movie, I felt like it blended into that as well. I feel like the movie gave you the fatalities and everything I was looking for. Like I thought that was dope as hell when Kano was fighting the reptile. You know, I thought that was dope. What Sub-Zero did to Jax, Kung Lao, like I felt like when you seeing those things, it's like, oh shit, this what I fuck with Mortal Kombat. Like those parts was like, okay, I like that. I like that, right? So I don't think the story, like honestly, the story was put together. I felt like the first Justice League. If you remember the first Justice League, it felt just somehow
disjointed.
Like something like yo
felt disjointed.
And I think it's the same way. That's why I said I was like, look, I need like a Snyder cut. I need at least about 4 hours of a Mortal Kombat movie to really judge it, because you're not gonna get this story that they ultimately want to tell without them give it like, because if you looking for something, by us being the early viewership, we're looking at it like, what's the story like? And the people who looking at Mortal Kombat now, they like, yo, I got to see fatalities. That was awesome. You know, so
Mortal Kombat made $23 million over the weekend. You know, what they doing is, and they did it well, was capitalize off nostalgia. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't nothing but a whole bunch of 90s babies, 80s, 90s babies, and probably some OOs that are interested in Mortal Kombat that gave them their money, which is cool. And they did what they were supposed to do with it. Did you watch the fan-made Mortal Kombat that I sent you?
No, you said it to me. That I didn't like.
Come on, dog. You ain't watch them?
I was watching it, but it wasn't captivating to me the way y'all was talking about. No, you was making it seem like it captivated you. Like I was watching it, I didn't get that saying, yo, this is boring. Because I'm coming from the Mortal Kombat movie where in the first 7 minutes, I'm seeing fatalities, bro. I'm seeing Scorpion with the throw it, dude head snap. I'm seeing that and it feels good to be able to watch a movie.
You ain't see Jax. You ain't see Jax break Kano face.
Yeah, he punched him. He punched him, man. Bro. He did. He didn't have this not Jax with the metal gloves on or nothing. This regular Jax.
That was Michael J. White, man.
He punched him. You want me to go from where I'm seeing they throw a hat on the ground and start spinning, slice a woman in half. You see when Sonya Blade shoot her with the purple, dude, leave a big hole in her. I'm looking at that, and then you want me to go to this? That's what I'm saying, bro. Sometimes people gonna rock with the fatalities. Like, man, the fatalities was cold. I don't care about the story because what I seen was dope as hell. It was like, yo, and so when you moving from an action flick, because that's really what that is, you know, the story wasn't as good. No, it's not compelling at all. That's why I say 6 out of 10 on first watch. I go back again, I might find something else where I'm like, damn, it's growing on me. You never know. That's why I want to watch it again.
Yeah, I think most people,
I fell asleep. The only thing was
most people. Yeah, I think most people.
The story was like, huh?
Yeah, I think most people will have your same sentiment. You know what I mean? They loved it because of the blood and gore. You know, because they get a chance to see, you know, some of their favorite characters unleashing some of their favorite moves in the movie. You know, on the big screen.
That's all I'm saying, man. So.
No, Jack's fatality was cold. You know what I'm saying? Like the fatalities, like I said, I'm definitely not discrediting that at all. But I'm just saying, if we talking about starting a universe, a Mortal Kombat universe, I just didn't like the way we started it off. That's all.
You need a Snyder cut. You can't. Like I was telling you earlier, you're never going to tell a story within an hour and 90 minutes. Nah, you're not gonna, because you're coming from a generation where you know the backstory. You want to see more. That's what made the original Mortal Kombat good. They actually did have a story, you know, the Outworld. This one just more so felt like they got a story, and Shao Kahn was just like, you know what? forget the story. We just want to start killing people. I'm gonna start sending everybody to kill people so you can get a chance to see the fatalities. Like that's really what the story was about. The story, it just kept leaning towards Shane and Son saying, you know what, I'm going to go and get rid of everybody on Earth before they get to the outworld. You know, before they get to fight in the outworld. So, but anyway, man, let's go ahead and wrap that thing up, though, twin, man. We done put in the pain. Like I said, I ain't really want to talk about. I feel like a lot of people probably ain't seen it yet, so I ain't want to go too crazy on it. Just get our opinions.
Right. Well, you know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all for rocking with us.
Definitely.
All four of y'all.
Oh man, I think especially in what's called it, because it's a live show, it's gonna be very tough when it's hot. We just gotta keep rocking though.
No doubt.
Keep rocking.
So, you know, man, listen, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in, for liking this thing, for sharing this thing. We see you. Thank you for coming. And, you know, as usual, all we ask is that you excuse our flesh while listening to our thoughts, charges to the game, and not our hearts, man. This is Poddin the Bodi.
Poddin the Bodi.
Y'all finished or y'all done? I ain't got no more talking. Let's rock.